What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Our Perspective Podcast with me, your boy, Adrian Adams, aka Easygoing A. We got my big bro, Walt DJ Head Rush,
Good day, everybody.
and Aaron's gonna probably kick in a little bit later on, but we want to go ahead and get the show started. And no sponsors as of yet, but we gonna get those soon. I trust and believe we gonna get those soon. So on tonight's episode, just to kind of break away with the severity of politics, we wanted to keep it just a little bit light. So instead of talking about the severity and the seriousness of things like politics, we are now about to sit here and talk about black folk dating outside of their race and how everybody feels about it. And um, yeah, the a little less serious topic. Um, so the reason why this topic comes up is this, and I don't know if it's just I know it's going to be a big question, like I said, to go down. The stuff that's happening right now, the stuff that's in the news right now, is of the young lady who was recently killed, and she was an influencer. Her name was Ashley Robinson, known publicly as Ashley Janae. She was recently found dead on vacation. She was in Zanzibar, Tanzania, and she was just found dead. They've ruled it as a homicide, and the response to it all has been very um, confrontational. I don't really know if that's the right word to use for it. And the reason why it is because she was found on vacation. The only person that they know of that was there is her fiance. Her fiance is a white gentleman, and there is a outrage because here it is. This black woman is found murdered in her room wherever she was staying, and they don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what happened. And the police officers in Tanzania are saying that they've ruled it and to be a suicide. But of course, we don't believe that because that's just a weird thing to, go across the world and kill yourself. That's just a weird thing. And to let her fiance, who she proudly showed and proudly showed off, and she did TikTok videos and different things like that with showing him as her fiance. So the outrage is coming because a lot of people are like, yo, how did this white man get off? Like, why is it that this white dude gets off, but if this was a black man, you know this that would have never happened. That would not have happened. A black dude would not have gotten off that easy. There, it wouldn't have been probably ruled as suicide. We don't, there's some issues there. There are some issues with it as well as black men saying, here it is. You dated a white dude. You thought dating a white guy was better. You thought, dating this person was going to be different from dating a black man. And here it is, you wind up dead. So there's some insensitivity there. There are women who feel that there's insensitivity because they're like, why is it that a black woman that is murdered cannot get any sympathy? She can't get any type of restitution. Everybody has to start speaking evil on her. You got a lot of people just talking about her being killed by this white guy. Nobody cares that she's dead, and of course that's sparking the black women are not safe anywhere, and black men are responding. Okay, this black dude got killed. Have his name right here. not too long ago. He was killed. They have it as Osborne. Let's see, his last name is Osborne. I'm trying to find his first name. And basically, they found him. He was dating a white girl, and um, they saying that he was killed, and that the census was when he was killed by his white girlfriend. Her name is Hannah G. Cobb. I can found her name. That was pretty easy. But when they found, she actually shot him. They're saying that she supposedly was cleaning her gun. She shot him, killed him. They don't believe that it was how she's describing the story, and she got off and everything like that. But this black dude died, and everybody's like, yeah, well, that's what he get for dating a white woman. So black men, Telvin, okay, sorry, his name is Telvin Osborne, and black men are like, okay, here it is. He got killed. He died in the same situation, borderline the same situation, and he didn't get the same reprieve as, you know, black women are asking for. So that brings this to this discussion, which is going to be a very kind of broad discussion. Discussion simply because there's a lot to unpack, and even in me trying to describe it, it's a lot. Like it's literally a lot. But the topic that I would even say that to where like we should probably even start is with all of that. Why does it feel like there is such a huge disconnect between black men and black women, like on topics like this? Why does it feel like okay, we have two people who have lost their lives, like a man and a woman is not here. Yes, they were dating people from the opposite race. But it's like, why does it seem like when a black man dies, and at the hands or in the situation that looks like it's at the hands of his white girlfriend, because at the end of the day, she did shoot him. They're trying to say that it was an accident or whatever, but they're saying at the same time, it doesn't look like it's an accident. There's no possible way what she's saying happened happened. Why does it seem like when it's a black man who's getting killed, it's like it seems like black women are like, well, that's what you get for messing with a white girl. But then when this black girl dies, seemingly at the hands of her white fiance, it's kind of like, oh well, you know, we deserve sympathy. She deserves, respect. It deserves that. Like, why does it feel like there is a double standard?
Well, honestly, I don't know why there is a double standard at all, and there shouldn't even be because the same reaction you get from this young lady's passing, you should get the same reaction from a lady of her ethnicity being meeting the demise by a man that looks like her, because that happens a lot. We've seen it happen around here. We've seen it happen around here in our city where men don't know how to control their emotions and they end up. It just happened the other day. Just happened the other day. I believe I was on the west side. Man lost his emotions, killed the lady he was dating, someone that I guess he proclaimed that he loved, and in the process shot her father a few times as well. I don't know what the outcome of that situation is, but that just happened here in Indianapolis Sunday night. So and you can't say it's because wait a minute, hold on.
Looks like we're having a little technical difficulties.
Call. Sorry, had an incoming call there.
There you
But
go.
no, the fact that this happened to a young lady here in town by a man of the same ethnicity as her. we should have the same we should have the same reaction either way it goes. It was just like a couple years back, a young African American girl took an Uber. It was a Latino man, raped, killed her, and burned her body. Like met her demise in the back of an Uber. She wasn't dating him. He was just a violent individual, and she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he shouldn't have been where he was at. And it's just it's sad that this is what we actually have to have this conversation. And what's even worse is the fact that when a
All
black male
right,
does meet
man.
his demise,
Okay.
yo, what up?
So you
So when a black male does meet his demise from dealing with someone outside his race, it's even worse for a black woman to be like, oh, that's what he get for dating outside his race. Like that's bad karma on you. How can you condemn somebody for choosing who they dating and not knowing that this person had a evil alternative or evil motive outside of what they normally do? You can't judge somebody for who they date and who they love, and then they end up dying because of who they love. That's not their fault. And then for you to condemn them and say that's what you get, that's like that's I don't know what the term is for it, but I'm pretty sure that's against the laws of the Bible as well. Like who are you to judge somebody for their mistakes, and then and then what if it's not a mistake that they made? What if it's just they were dealing with an evil individual who had evil tendencies and they acted it out on that particular person on that day? Like they don't see that coming. Sometimes you do see it coming when you're in an abusive relationship. You have your opportunities to either fight or flight. You got your opportunities. But if this is not an abusive relationship and everything is honky dory, everything you go out, you hang out, come home, go to work, same thing over and over again. You're not expecting to sit down watching TV one day and your girl just over there whip the pistol out and shoot you. Or the man sitting in the bedroom while his wife is in the bathroom and he shoots through the door. Poor little Tink Tink with the Tink Tink leg, the paper clip legs.
Mm-hmm.
Remember him over in Africa? Yeah, his wife, he shot her and killed her. She was white.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and draw a line in the sand talking about that's what you get for dealing with somebody outside your race. No, they do it to each other too. Like it's a guy that I worked with. Didn't work with him directly, but we worked in the same building at the job that I work at now. First year I was there. Dude went home, whacked his wife, and then whacked himself. And
Mm.
we worked in the same dang on building on the same floor, literally a hallway apart. So and they were both Caucasian. So we can't sit here and draw that line and talk about that's what you get for dating somebody outside your race. You date somebody inside your race, you might get whacked by them too.
Yeah. Well,
So that's why I don't understand the argument, and that's why I don't understand why it's even a conversation that should be had. The only conversation we should be having is grow up. Stop judging people because somebody can judge you for being the bitter individual that you, or he or she may be, for judging that individual. Again, if you knew this person and you had the opportunity to either start a relationship with this person or even communicate with this person like that, you didn't do it, that's your fault.
all right. So as y'all can hear, big bro Aaron has joined us,
The
and
AR has entered the
yeah,
chat.
yeah, the AR
I'm
has clicked in. Has
yeah, silly. I don't know what's going on. Tonight is just my phone. Phone is at the end, gentlemen. So uh if you can barely hear me, let me know. Do apologize. It's almost like being on the phone right now. So I can't stare at the phone for some reason. That volume isn't working.
we can hear you
Um
just fine.
cool.
Oh yeah, you perfect.
Cool. Go ahead, let that go. All right. Well, interesting topic tonight. So you gentlemen jumped in. Where are we at?
Well, we just really getting started. What we talking about is don't know if you heard, young lady got killed in Tanzania. Name is Ashley Janae. That's her handle, and her real name is Ashley Robinson. So she got killed in Tanzania, and she was engaged to this white guy. Nobody knows what actually happened, and what they're trying to say is that it is a suicide. so he's not going to be charged. And
Oh wow.
so a lot of people, like a lot of women, and especially on our side, the black side, they're like, hey, she needs to be respected. She needs to be this. We need to talk about black women's safety. That conversation. Well, the problem is where black men are, and other black people, not just black men, black women are doing it too. They're going, you have posted about this relationship with this white guy. You've made it like, being in this relationship is better than being with black men and stuff like that. And now she died. And of course people are going, well, she needs our respect. Why is it that when she passes, you know, we're not talking about black women's safety. We're not talking about how black women lost her life, and nobody is going to suffer for it. And it's just one of those things. Nobody care about black women. So the response to that has also been where I've seen this post is where somebody brought up the fact that a black guy, sorry, my computer's being slow. A black man by the name of Telvin Osborne was dating a white woman, and she was supposedly cleaning her gun, and the gun went off, shot him, and killed him. And of course, I mean, not of course, but of course, she got off. Like she got off. They was like, not the grand jury did. Let me see. Yep, the grand jury has spoken. The case is closed. He said in the statement. So this is from a lawyer. Is saying that Burke County fatal shooting won't be facing charges. A grand jury has decided. They're saying that his fiance girlfriend will not be facing charges for killing him. And of course, people was like, okay, when he got killed, when he got shot and he died, and now she's off. The sentiment was not this black man died and he deserves, condolences, sympathy, or anything like that. It's that he got killed by a white girl because he was messing with a white girl, and that's what he get because he was messing with a white girl. If he would have been messing with a black girl, da 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 da, and nobody, and an argument is nobody was trying to give him that grace that is being asked for. So so the conversation is, why does it feel like there is a huge separation between black men and black women when stuff like this happens? I think this makes it a little bit easier. Like when stuff like this happens, when black folk are messing with people from other races, or black folk are doing something different. Why is it that when it feels like there's a double standard, and it depends on who you talk to, because some black men are going to be like, if black women date a white man, it's okay. If black men date a white woman, that's the wrong thing. And some black, and vice versa, that's how it goes. So why does it always seem like there's a double standard on both sides, that neither side feels like they have the grace that the other one does? And we were just kind of going in it from there. So I'll give you an opportunity to collect your thoughts, because
Yeah,
I
cause
just threw a lot at that. That's a
yeah,
lot there.
cause
Yeah,
There's,
yeah.
you
there's a lot
and
there.
We
taking into
need. I need you to
consideration.
work on your Japanese.
Yeah, I know, right? I did take that. I did actually take Japanese in college. It didn't stick, but I tried it.
Well, taking into
Yeah, but I need
consideration.
you to break it down in 10 sentences.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying. It's a lot there. There's a lot of meat on this here particular bone.
Yeah,
So that's
but
that's that's
But
why I'm
go
gonna give
ahead,
you.
Walt. I apologize.
no, you good. No, just taking into consideration. I
Oh,
was thinking of something that if you look at history, women in African American and African culture have always been like the protectors of their men.
Well, I mean, but
So I
it's
guess I guess that's where a lot of this anger is coming from, because it's like, when are the roles gonna switch other than when you're dealing with somebody you in a relationship with?
well, I mean, I will put it this way. I will say we're protectors of each other. I will argue that we are protectors of each other. I think where the issue comes in is when we lose focus of that. When we lose focus that we're in the same situation, because just as protective as black women are of black men are just as protective of black women. When you think about it, like when you think about it in this sense, like right now, if something was to happen, like if something was to happen, if we, better yet, prime example, the Alabama boat yard. I don't know if you remember the Alabama boat yard
Yeah.
when
Oh man, you talking about when the hat went in the air and
when the
chairs hit the
hat,
floor?
yes, when the hat
Come
hit
on,
the
man. How
air.
could I not? That's a
That's
historical moment in
that's what
history. What
that,
do
but
you
that's what I'm
mean?
saying. When the hat hit the air,
That
black
was like the
folk,
black signal.
right? So black folk gravitated towards helping this person. It's no different than when if you see a black woman in trouble. Like we've seen black women in trouble, we've seen black men in trouble, and everybody's rushed to be like, "Y'all, hey, get this on camera, get this like, hey, you good? Are you okay? What's going on?" Give because we will. Our innate mentality is okay. Who we gonna mess up? Like before we can even really get deep down to it, like I know a lot of black people will probably be like, "That's a lie, that's bullcrap," but it's actually real. When we see an injustice, like especially when it's funny because we was talking about the video sent yesterday. We're gonna talk about that because I'm sure that's gonna come in. When we see an injustice amongst us from a different race, we're quick. Like, because we have, it's almost that mentality of like family. We might mess with each other, but nobody else can. And so we will. Where I think the issues come in is that we forget how to protect each other or how somebody might want to be protected, if that makes sense. It's like somebody will go, "Well, you're not protecting me." Like we'll hear black women go, "Black women are not protected because black men do this, and then black men allow this to do that." I think a lot of the times we forget the grace in there. I think a lot of the times, like if you listen, a lot of the times there are a lot of black women who will go, "We don't need men. I don't need no man. I can handle this by myself. I've been doing this by myself." And we are what women have failed to remember to actually learn about men. Men are very adaptable. Men are when we hear something, we're very adaptable to what is being told to us. So when you say you don't need us, when you say you don't want us, when you say you can do it without us, men are that group to be like, "All right, we'll adapt to that. All right, cool." And then when something happened, and they be like, "Well, no man came to help me." Well, you told us you could do it by yourself. Like, what did you want me to do when you told me that you can do it by yourself?
That's all by design of the brainwash, though.
Yeah, no, and that's
Well,
true. That's true.
mm,
There,
I think I think that you both made valid points. Let's start with that. So I agree that men do want to help women, but it goes back to two things. You can't say every environment. That's just not true. If you've never lived the nightlife, it's a very dangerous thing for a woman to
right?
step out there and being, hey, I'm just being honest. If you
No, I
want to
agree.
live the nightlife and be a single cat, you can get killed out here because you being mouthy and being alone looks more like a prey than a predator. That's all I'm saying.
Agree.
It's that but it's that to that mentality. A predator doesn't help prey, and men don't always rush in because some men are predators. I don't know what they look like. They may not look like they act, but bravado and ego play a role with the nightlife. But I'll say when consensus are correct, like you're in the right area, more than likely you can get some help. But don't take your behind to no rally talking about I hate white males and then wind up being surrounded and wonder why nobody came to help. Well, nobody was there. We didn't go there. It does come to a point where you have to tell people sometimes you're a little too free. And women do get a little too free because I don't believe women get punched in the face enough. I'm not saying you should punch a woman. I'm just saying if you check the stats, Some men know random violence can come upon you very quickly because of your mouth, because of your attitude. Women pretend they don't live in that world. And I go, but you do. You live in that world. You live in a very quick, adjusted world. It don't matter what societal part of life you in. We must at least understand random violence can happen to anybody. What men try to do is minimize. We try to minimize that. We try to consider environment, timing, where do we park, lighting, who has a gun, who doesn't have a gun. We try to at least take something in account and go, hold on. So you want me to walk you through the dark alley, through the dark forest, over the crack village, right around heroin spot and drop you and then walk back? No, no, I'm not doing that. Here's what we're gonna
Unarmed.
do. Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Women have requests of men that are unrealistic because men go, well, how many people do you think I can fight at one time? What movie did you watch before we started walking? Some, Sometimes you have to remind women, look, it's not about the violence in me, but how much violence do you want to see? Don't predicate like you see somebody go ape crap and stab somebody 60 times because they want to live and then go, he's not the man I knew. Well, no kidding. He was in a situation of survival, sir. And I think that women predicate it both ways. The ones who say they don't need a man, look, you remember back in the day, there was this thing going on for a moment where women said they'd rather be alone with a bear than a
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that
Okay.
was coming. That was coming.
Right, right. Let's
That
be
was
real.
coming.
Like we understand the ideology is that men rape women. We understand that. And
Definitely.
at a high level. At a high level. That's insane in our society that we haven't dealt with it better. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be real there. But to
not true.
be realistic, you cannot, you can't feed predators where you feed prey and then act like predators won't do it. I'm like, yes, that's what predators do. They
Yeah,
focus in. They 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 dress like you, they talk like you, they act like you to minimize your ability to detect. I can only do so much, but it's funny because when I think some men do warn women, I think some men be like, I don't know, man, dude just don't he don't vibe with me well. I don't like that. I think when you go beyond that point, you start throwing caution to the wind, being alone with people, making bad decisions. Oh, it's cool. I don't need to know where we are. You sure? Do you even know his real name? Let's be real. Most men will go over and aboard. I've had to take out my driver's license just to confirm. Yeah, my name is Aaron. Yeah, I'm just, it's cool. Like I've had to do things, but I've seen women. I'd be like, you did what? You went somewhere with somebody at 3 in the morning and you didn't even know what direction you were going in? No. Do you even know where you are? No. Can you see a street light? No. Negro, are you trying to
right.
die?
Right.
Or are you
What can I
trying to
do?
make it back home?
What can I do with this? Like you giving me nothing.
Seriously.
But that's what I'm saying. Even in that, like I hear that so often. Black women say, "We are not protected. We are not protected. We are not protected." It's like this is the question that I would always ask, and I would love to see here. And I think this is honestly like a something that we need to probably get like our wives or like just a group of black women. When they say protected, like what do they mean? Because when we say protected, like when I say protected or I think protection, I'm like, okay, if something happened, we ready. Like it's you are prepared for the things that are around you. Hey,
Right.
how many people are around me? Do I see any weapons? If I ain't got my if I ain't got my heat on me, what can I grab? Can we make a quick dash? Hey, like you said, do you need to shut the hell up because it's six of them, it's one of me, and if something happens, is it that? Like that's how I
It's
think of
even
protect.
more, but it's even more like imagine being at somebody's family's house and she getting into it with somebody.
Yeah,
It gets complicated,
very,
very complicated for me.
very, and that's what I'm saying. So like when I hear black women say black men don't care, black men don't protect, it's like in what in what way would you want us to protect you? Because I can only protect you emotionally so far because I'm not an emotional person. Like when I tell my wife this all the time. I'm like, babe, I'm not that emotional. Like you got a finite level of emotion out of me that I'm going to understand from you. Cause like I'm for real, bro. Like before my
But
wife
look,
knows I have a past. So it's like when I would listen to other like these women talk and like my ex's friends groups and listen to how they be like, yeah, girl, cause this is and I'm just saying I would want to do this and I would want to do that, but I still don't want nobody to. And I'd be sitting here like, do you really think that makes sense? Yeah, that makes perfect sense, girl. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. It's like, yeah, but I don't know how to protect that. I don't know how to protect you when you want to jump off the cliff with no parachute and no bungee cord and no string, like no nothing. You want me to protect you from getting hurt on the ground, and if I can't do that or that don't make sense, then I'm not protecting you. It's like I don't know what to do. It's like I genuinely do not know how to protect you in that way. And a lot of women want that emotional cliff of jumping off with no parachute, with no bungee cord, no string, no apparatus to protect
man,
them, and then be like,
well,
well, you were supposed to catch me. Like,
let me tell you something, man. Trying to protect somebody from their emotions is like trying to protect somebody from themselves. Like you can't protect nobody from their emotions because you don't. That's quite
Well,
impossible. The only person you can really protect from emotions is yourself,
bro, you'd be
because
surprised.
that's where
you
self control comes from.
You'd be
Like, hear me
surprised.
out,
well,
man. Like,
I'll give
hey,
the self
so
control that. Yeah,
yeah, self
go ahead.
that's self control. Like, you can't make me accountable for your emotions.
Only
Now,
to an extent.
exactly, only to an extent. Now, if I'm the
Yeah.
reason you're having these emotions, then yes, you can hold me accountable. But if you're trying to hold me accountable because you see things from a different light and I don't see the logic in it, you can't hold me accountable for that. That's the reason why we're different.
You'd be
You know,
surprised, bro. But I'm saying, think about what
I,
we're talking
another
about.
go ahead.
okay,
I'm just saying,
before
no,
we before we go off subject, because I see that's where it's going.
no, I'm staying on your subject. No, I'm staying. I'm
Reel
for
it
real. I'm
back in
staying.
there.
No, I'm staying on yours because I'm saying, think about what we're talking about. We're
Because you
talking
said
about
protecting them emotionally. I can understand the physical and the financial and even the more intimate side of things. I can understand that. But you're saying emotionally protection, like that's not quite the same. Like,
this,
have being a shoulder to crown is not being like, it's not protecting emotions.
but this
That's
is
just somewhere for emotions to flow.
what I'm saying is you got to think about what we're talking about. We're talking about women, bro.
Yeah, I
Women,
know.
right? Men are logical. Women are emotional.
Of
Women,
course.
right? Women lead 90% of the things that they do with their emotions. 10%, matter of fact, not even 10%, maybe five of it is, logical. The other 5% is whimsical. Most women are going to lead with their emotion. And a woman will seriously sit here and look at you and go, because you hear women say it all the time, I don't emotionally feel supported. I don't emotionally feel protected. And she will look, and women will go, I'm looking at this man who doesn't know how to do that. And we're sitting here going, yeah, I don't necessarily know how to do that.
So
Like,
let me ask
that's,
you this. So is that the reason why they go outside their race to date a man that still doesn't know how to support them emotionally, but
I,
can support them more financially?
I think a lot of people date outside of their race for different reasons. I will say it this way: some people, the two reasons why I've come up with where people date outside of their race is number one, you date outside your race because the person just you were physically attracted to them, like anything else. Let's be honest. There's some bad white girls out there. There's some bad white girls out there. Some bad Asians out there. Some bad Latinos out there. Brother, there's some bad Russian, Ukrainian. I'm trying to tell you, bro. They bad comes in all shapes, colors, sizes, and cultures. Now, I'm not saying, I ain't, I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm a happily
You
married
you
man.
you 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 ain't in your flesh. I
Right,
understand.
right. Nah, I mean, I'm always gonna
You
be.
just speaking the facts.
I'm
It
always
is the
gonna be.
truth.
Look,
It's
I'm
truth
always gonna
is
be
the
in
truth.
flesh. I got eyes. The Jesus, I got eyes, nigga. Like I got
Good.
four of them.
I'm gonna stop
Yeah,
you right
I
there
yeah.
got
All
four of
right,
them.
before you
good.
hit
There you
this
go.
cliff.
That's enough.
Oh
That's
Whoa,
no,
enough.
hold
That's
she,
on,
enough.
wait,
That's
wait, wait,
enough.
wait.
she,
No
You
she.
better
pops,
Look,
sign.
I'm
You
no
just
better
bang,
saying.
bang, bang,
you
No,
pops.
better
no, 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 no,
sign.
no, 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 no. I
You
don't
better
act on
sign.
anything. No, 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 no. I
You
don't
better
act on
warning
anything.
signs.
But
No, no, no.
hold on.
But
I would like to clarify two things. One, before you turn that corner
And
too
hit
quick,
that cliff.
I ain't
I
going to Cliff.
I understand. I understand that you say emotional. I don't fully invest in that, and I'll tell you why. As long as you are in control of yourself, it's not really an emotional spat. That's just somebody who either A is at the beginning of an issue or B wants you to include yourself in it. Try your best to stay out of them. Because if
Oh,
it's not you, I
Hmm.
agree with Walt. If it's not about me, I can do this. I will talk, I'll listen. But I'm not gonna sit up here and being asked to solve a problem that doesn't have a solution in myself.
I
That's
don't.
that's too much.
Y'all have met me.
But
Y'all. We've been brothers for years. Y'all know emotion is not. I don't. That's. But I think that's honestly okay. Now, Walt. Here's the tangent. The beauty, the beauty of men and women is women bring the emotion, men bring the logic to the situation. That's how I think we fit. We fit together in
but
so many
but I
ways.
don't I don't like doing that, and I'll tell you why. Because there aren't some logical men, bro. At 43, I can tell you I met a lot of illogical
Oh, I get.
dudes.
No, I'm not saying that.
It just,
That's why
but
I said men.
I would like women to make a distinction between the man you want and the man you have.
But
If
that's
the man you have is not what you want, then just like I would say dating is so that you can see it's a precept. But when people try to treat dating like it's a precept of marriage, that's where they mess up.
well.
Marriage is a standalone. You date whatever you want. But when you choose to marry it, I almost got to ask myself, that is where it does seem odd to me. I've dated a lot of people, but I've never seen myself, even in my own imagination, marrying anybody else than a black woman. I just never seen it. I've never even considered it
I this
because it just never went that far for me.
this is what I'm saying. That's why I say men. Like if you ever hear me say men, because I make a distinct distinction between men and boys. If I say men, I'm talking about Negroes who understand. I'm talking about adults. When I say a boy, those them Negroes don't understand. They're in adult bodies, but
True.
their mentality is not the same. That's why I said with men, a man and a woman, because the woman is going to bring the emotion, the man is going to bring the logic. A woman wants to be understood emotionally in the sense of my feelings are validated. I've recently figured this out. Women want to have their feelings acknowledged, somewhat validated. Men just want to be understood. Where and I think that's where the conflict comes. Where and that's how we fit because a woman brings what the emotional side of things, the men bring the logical thing. As far as the dating of other races, of why I feel like so many people feel like it's okay to do that, like I said, the two reasons is one, they just fine. Like I said, the person is just fine, or in the woman's case, the dude is handsome. The other reason is because we have been manipulated into this idea that culturally, this culture is better than ours without understanding that, like I said, just like looking good has no shape, color, or culture, evil has no shape, color, or culture. And
Okay.
what I will say, what happens though, why I think a lot of folk go, well, dating a white man, like you'll hear a woman go, dating a white man is easier than dating a black man, and you'll hear a black man say dating a white woman is easier than dating a black woman, is because we have an inherent crap, I forgot the word, but it's like we have this bias towards each other where we will not give to each other what we give to everybody else. It's almost like the reason why I think so many interracial relationships work is because a lot of the stuff that we ask from the other person or we give to the other person is what we ask from ourselves but we won't give. Like, think about it. If you'll see a black dude date a white girl who's skinny, she can't cook, she ain't got nobody like that, she don't really dress like nothing, but you give her the world, or she's out of shape, or is this out of shape white chick, and he gives her the world. You see the same thing with a black woman. You'll see a black woman with the fuggliest white boy. This dude can't dress. This dude ain't got no shape. He can't. He's nothing. But she gives him the best. Why? Because. But if you look at before I go there, but if you look at the black dude that she wants to date, the black dude that she date, he gotta have swag. So his hair always gotta be cut. He gotta be handsome. He gotta be 6 foot something. He gotta drive this car. He gotta do all of this stuff. He's gotta have all of these requirements that this white dude doesn't have to have. It's the same thing with these white girls. These white girls gotta have, these black women. If she's dating a black dude, she's gotta be a Coke bottle shape. She gotta be the 36, 24, 36. She gotta be able to dress bad and do this and that. And then you look at the white girl, you'll be like, that fits nothing of what you required of them.
But I think what you're doing is slipping. Okay, in my reality, and I befriended interracial couples. It's not that that's never been the scheme. It's just attraction. I think this truth that they get to a point where either they've had bad experiences or a series of bad experiences, and it just so happens to be at the end of a series or the end of one long bad experience, they met someone of the opposite race
Yeah,
and they fell together. They just basically said, look, I'm not looking for a black woman. I'm not looking for a white man. You know what? Would you like to date? Sure. And it just so happens that that relationship persisted
yeah.
because maybe, just maybe, they met that opposite that made it work. I haven't met too many that was like, I mean, you meet young couples, but their stuff is so frivolous. You don't know if they're going to
Well,
be
no,
together
that's
for
what.
See,
10
and that's
minutes or
what I
10
was saying
But
years.
that's what I'm
earlier is
saying
that you
by.
got some that actually worked. They got
Yeah.
relationships that actually work. But then you got other couples that relationship is working because they ain't got a choice but to make it work because somebody done cheated on somebody else
Come
with
on.
that individual and now they in a relation now they got put out whatever situation they was in. Now it's like, oh well, I'm stuck with you now, so
Strange
now I got to
bedfellows.
deal with you. So
I
now it's
mean,
You
like,
feel me?
nah.
but I'm saying that's in so many multiple. That's why I was saying when I say attraction, like I saw you, you saw me. It just attracted. That's what I
But
mean by.
I mean, to be fair, that's like fleeting. Traction is not
I'm just saying to
limited.
get to know each other. I mean,
But
like we all start off on attraction. Like, hey, I just thought you looked
right,
good,
but
and I thought,
attraction is like limited because
yeah,
attraction doesn't help. Attraction only gets you what I call the interview, but it does. But conversation is what gets you sitting down.
right.
The
But
attraction is the interview.
that's what I'm saying.
So attraction is good, but it must be something being said that meets the requirement of the other person. Now, I'm gonna just be real with you. If you've never met a black woman that only dates white men, then I don't know what to tell you
Oh,
because
I
I've
met him.
met black men and I met black women
I
like
met
that.
him. Oh,
Well,
I
I've met
met
both.
white women.
Oh,
I met white women
right,
that
I
only date black men.
bro,
right.
my
But
godmother, the godmother, the mother to my goddaughters only is white chick who only dates black dudes. Trust me,
well, yeah, but
Right.
see,
I've
I
been on all
mean,
sides.
but
Like,
see,
it's not.
that's been a thing since back in slavery days. I mean, even in movie life, they did it with "Can't Get Right." The slave
yeah,
owner's daughter had a baby with one of the
right,
prisoners. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the warden's daughter. But that's been happening since back in the day, even in slavery times. White women sneak out the house, get one of the slaves, one of them field cats,
right.
and they done the black snake moan on her. Now she running around with a half, a interracial child, and it's like, hold on,
interracial.
who we hanging today? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know, they got John
So,
Candy out there hanging Negroes until they find out who the
really,
daddy is. Like,
but
really.
and he
okay,
done
well
left,
let's
right?
let's turn that.
You
I
know,
love what
so
you say. Okay, let's turn it modern now. So let's
but no,
say
you ain't even
she
got to go to
feels
modern because back in the day, in the same time, while the slave owner's wife and the warden's wife was sneaking out and hitting
yeah.
with the prisoners and the field cats, the slave owner and the warden was sneaking out the other door, hitting it
Let's
with
be
the
look.
women.
Let's
Come on,
be real.
guys.
It's a look. I can agree with you, but I'm gonna look at I'm gonna turn that into a modern understanding. So if
Okay,
that was the case, then it was sneaking and tipping. Well, you ain't got to sneak and tip nothing. Some women are attracted to money no matter where it is, just like some men are attracted to
exactly.
women who will as provide what they need
Make
and
them
be like and
comfortable.
don't hang them for it. They
Yeah,
go,
that's
oh well, I gotta be the protector, I gotta be this, but it don't mean I don't have to buy my own Mercedes. You feel me? Some men
exactly.
like them gifts. Some men
Yeah,
don't. Like I understand that my pastors and a man's age of that age, they go, a man not working don't make no sense. I go, yeah, to you, but Dudley Do Right over there will clean up a house and take care of that car, and she
yeah,
don't know no different.
yeah, man.
She, you know what I'm
Yep.
Yeah.
saying?
And he sit there and play
So
Xbox all day,
come
No,
on,
but I'm saying,
and
but hold on.
she
but
take
that's
care
Can
of
you
him.
on.
blame him?
But I'm saying
But but
but I'm saying that's on all sides though. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
but
that's what
see,
I'm
this
saying.
is the
It's
thing.
it's
This is the thing, though, bro. With a black woman, she's only gonna put up with that for so long
True.
until
depending
things
on who it
start
is.
flipping, bro. Look,
Depending on
even
who it
the
Mm,
is.
bro,
them is
even the
finites.
even the craziest one will eventually snap after 10 years of you playing Xbox all day.
Bruh. I'm
Like even the craziest of them, like for
every
real, like
but
Loyalty
this
has
is
bro.
limits.
I agree with
Listen,
what
bro.
you. This is
I
what I'm
know a
saying.
guy, bro. I know a guy that's 5 years my senior, bro. And I guarantee I can count on one hand how many jobs this man has had. But the women that he's dealt with has taken care of him hand and foot, clothes, shoes, cars, apartments, rent money,
Come
gas
on.
money, beer money,
Right.
whatever money he need, they gonna take care of him. And they know he's out here just running the streets, and they
But
like,
that's
we gonna
because
take care of him anyway.
right, because he
You know,
supplies, but now we're talking about supply again, we're going back to kind of that emotional thing. He supplies them with what it is that they're needing from him. The reality is they need to feel a certain thing. They are comfortable in drawing to him because they know where he at. You're dependent on me. I'm doing everything. He's giving them exactly what it is that they've always wanted. So it's not a situation to where it's like, oh well, I don't get it. No, he's giving it to them. He's giving them exactly
bro.
what it is that they want.
I don't
It,
understand how he had the capacity. This dude was dating two women like it was a full
because
time job. When one was at
because
work, he was dating the other one.
because
Like,
I'm still giving you what it is that you want. You want that dude. A lot of women love that type of dude. Why? Because it's like, this is my worth. A lot of women are comfortable with that. You just like dudes. You got some dudes who are comfortable dating the
be just
304.
being down bad.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you got a couple of dudes who are comfortable dating the 304 because she look good. I get to have you on my arm. She been passed around more than a blunt at Snoop's house, but because you look good on my arm, and I probably couldn't pull no real decent chick that look like you, that's built like you, I'm going to endure you because this is as good as it get. Like I'm saying, those types of
Well, I
people are a
mean,
different
Bro,
breed.
that's the equivalent to Darius McCray dating Corinne Steffens.
I don't know. Both of them
That
were weird. That's
that's
not a good
that's
example.
what
Not a
you
good
happened.
called him
example.
weird.
That's what happened.
Both of them is weird. That's weird
That,
circumstances. I'm sorry. That
but
no,
that's what happened
that's
though.
no, that's weird circumstances
That's
for
what
both of them.
happened. Bro was
He
dating that one.
he
Bro was in
he
the
has
whole
not, bro.
relationship
I'm
with that
sorry.
woman while she had the name that she had.
Bro, again, that is not a good example. He has not. He
That's a
hey,
perfect example because
no,
that's
that's
what you
not the
just
perfect
said.
example.
Because
No,
she was a
no,
boy.
but dude,
She
he's
was
crazy. But dude, he's been off, bro. He's been off ever since
man.
Eddie got
Look,
cut off his Family Matters, bro. When Family
man.
Matters
Look,
ended,
listen
so
here.
did that nigga sanity. Like he ain't
Listen,
been, he ain't, he has not
I ain't
been
trying.
right. He
Well,
has not been right since Eddie Winslow was no more. He has
yeah.
not been right, bro. I'm sorry. That is
Yes, he
not a
can.
good example.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
Now,
know.
perfect
Maybe you
example
just
because
didn't
that's what
know
he
the real Eddie
did.
Winslow.
dude, he was nuts. Like, bro, he was nuts.
What-
Dude,
what-
look at what he does now. He dated a transvestite, bro. He's literally been in more. He's been in.
A
He's
transgender, sir.
whatever. He is literally
Yeah,
saying, nah, bro, because he
he
got
emo.
no. He paid to get it removed. Oh yeah, you didn't know that part of the story. He
Nope.
paid. Yes,
Because
he
we wasn't
paid.
talking about that. We was talking
I'm
about
just
the fact
saying
that he dated
he
a
was
woman that
weird.
was considered to
What I'm
be a
Well,
what
woman
that
that
what
was
I'm
okay.
nice.
saying is, homie has been weird for a very long
It
time,
still fit.
and
The analogy
still
still fits.
and still is weird. No, what
I
I was
well,
talking,
hold on,
what I
Where
was
we
talking
talk.
about, what I was talking about. See,
hold on,
one person
and
might have
Tell him.
issues. One
hold
person
on,
is still somewhat normal with personal issues.
hold on.
Two weird
Nah,
niggas, two weird niggas
nah.
finding each
Hold
other
on.
is equally yoked.
You gotta have.
That's
Hold on.
equally yoked. That's equally
Walt
yoked in my
Walt
opinion.
does have a good example. It
That's
is the
equally.
extreme.
It is.
That
It
is
is.
that is not. It is the extreme,
They are
but it
equally
is an
yoked.
example.
They are
It
equally
is an
yoked in my
extreme.
opinion.
No,
We are
because the scary
equally
part
yoked.
is, I guarantee you,
How did
if
we
we
get
was
on this?
standing there looking for support,
Because,
we might get some niggas to show up. I bet you that nigga get a whole crowd to show up just to represent his foolishness. But that goes to show you the extremism
But
of what
shh.
I want to do to satisfy. Well,
But
let's
don't.
be real.
Wasn't she
Is no
foolish?
weirder. Is no weirder than your parents of a 12-year-old telling you you can have a sex change. There's no weirder. There's no less conscious craziness that you want to mutilate your
Oh,
child and let them convince you rather than to let this grown man convince himself. That
that
is the same sick
I don't. I don't.
extremity. It is
I.
an extremism.
I'm sorry that Eddie.
Sometimes sometimes when you have people who want to feel like emotionally satisfied, the extremism has no, that's when you find out there is no stop.
but
There is no boundary for what
so
people will do.
I'm.
so is it's at the
I
end of
don't
the
know.
day, is that the reason why people date outside of their race?
I'm still
And
with some people. Just some people are
I
just
think it comes
attracted.
to curiosity and opportunity. If
Some
you're
thank
of
you.
it.
curious, you'll try. And if you
Yeah.
got the opportunity, you might
You'll
you
do
might
it.
try.
But
But there's a difference
Exactly.
between really wanting to get to know somebody because they're white and just getting
And
somebody in front of you and
and
that
and
person shows interest in it. They happen to be white.
And the crazy thing
Which
about it
I
is most people that end up in them situations, a good chunk of them don't grow up in diverse neighborhoods.
no, I.
They
But
grow up
true
in neighborhoods where they, like I said earlier, they grow up in
curiosity and
environments.
opportunity,
Well,
brother.
no, we get
Exactly. They grow up in
sold.
environments around
That
their own people
yeah,
all the time.
but
And
they
then
get
when
told
they
a
do go
story.
outside, exactly. And then
We
when
get
they
told a
do go
story.
outside, but see, they get told two stories. They get told a story by the women in their family or the women around them that tell them what they shouldn't do or should do. And then they get told a story by the men in their family that tell them about their experience or what they should or what they shouldn't do.
I
So they
mean,
get told two stories, and then they got to figure out which one they gonna run. And then, like Aaron said, when space and opportunity and curiosity come to a head, it becomes
Come
an
on,
arrow, and it shoots wherever it's going. It's gonna land, and if it
yeah,
likes what it
bro.
land on, like Cupid, it's gonna
but
Come
stay
on.
there.
If
that's
you
what
at
I'm saying.
Kings Island, you ain't gonna deny yourself a ride now.
I ain't
Exactly,
saying
You at Kings Island.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though.
exactly.
To an extent, most of it is that it is. If I'm curious, like you said, curious enough to try it, that's just what it is. But that's what I was saying. Is like if I see, like if a black person sees a attractive white girl, and he just shoots the shot. Okay, and he gets to know her and she's cool. Okay, that was just hey, we was attractive. She was attractive. I hollered. I found out she was a cool person. We started dating. That's fine. To me, that's normal. Like to me, that just happens. That just
Yeah,
Right.
it happens.
And
What
that's
I'm
just
you know,
that's
where
how a relationship
right,
should
but
be.
I'm
but
saying where
can I
the
hold on?
issue.
Can I tell you something personal? I'll tell you something personal. I'll be honest. When I was dating white chicks, I do not judge them the same way as I judge black women.
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't.
That's the
I
thing.
don't.
That's the
But
part. That
I
was the
do
part.
expect them to have more. I
No,
do. I
but
expect him to. There's so many women
Hey man,
working with
listen here, bro.
jobs and
You,
stuff,
but
man.
here
Please,
but he's just
hey man,
but he just proved what I was talking about.
just being
hey
real.
He
man,
did, but I'm
hey
saying
man.
he just proved what I was talking about. When
A
I
famous
said
comedian said you can't date a white girl with the same problems you got.
it,
You got bad credit. She got bad credit. Yeah, keep moving.
but
That
that's what
ain't
I'm
gonna work
saying though.
out.
But that's my point. But that was the point that I was proving is that when the other side of it is I'm dating this because I perceive it to be better than what it is that I've already dated. Like that's what I'm saying.
No,
We
no, no. Wait, wait, wait.
when
I
we
don't.
I
talk,
Hold
don't
on.
know.
Hold on.
okay,
Want
okay,
to clear? I
I'm
don't
sorry.
mean better. What I mean is that person that I'm dating, a white female. I don't. Let's say 32. Right? I was 32. She was 13. The thing is, I'm not going to judge on the same scale that I would judge a black woman. I'm just not. I don't know
But
why.
that's
I really don't know why.
because it's different. That's what I'm saying. It's
Everything is
because it's
different.
we will treat. That's what I was saying. We will treat it differently because it's different. That's what, and I even that's what kind of the like I was saying. I was kind of making that point to go. We'll date a white person and we'll give them more and we'll give them different because they're different. We will not look at it to go. That's why I said if you're dating a black girl will date a white dude who's fugly. This nigga may not
But hold
have
on.
no. Look
It's
at
not a
okay,
give. It's my expectation.
yeah, but I'm saying think about this, bro. This is what I'm saying. Look at Serena Williams.
Okay.
Look at all the black dudes that she dated.
A
Look at the
lot.
white look at the white man she married.
A French dude.
Yeah,
Let's say that.
yeah. Hold on.
I'm just saying
What's his net worth without her?
what I'm saying, but what is his? But I'm saying what were the black men's net worth without her?
Right.
Common had
But the
money.
thing is,
Well,
Common had
listen
money.
here. Hold on.
Drake got
So how
money.
many?
Jamie
Right. So how?
Foxx had money. Serena
Right.
was
Jamie.
messing with basketball players. I'm
Hold
saying
on.
that
Hold
so
on.
we can't. I won't go to the money thing.
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry. I
But
won't go money thing.
these also are athletes, right? And they also men of that move around a lot. They could have been
And
situations where they
and
just
she's
were where
and
the
she's not
infidelity lied around,
and she ain't
and
at the
she
French
chose to
Open.
go that route.
She ain't singing "Où la vous couchez à messoir." She wasn't
Ain't no
saying that.
telling. Ain't no telling.
Exactly. So
yeah.
She
that's
probably was.
bro. But
She
that's what I'm
probably
saying.
was.
This
But
is
see,
what I'm saying. This
this
is
is what they wanted to do, though.
bro, this is what that's but I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look at what she dated in black. Look at what she married in white. They're not the same. She
No,
at
not
all.
by
They're
any means.
not the
No.
same. And because
He's the co-founder of Reddit, and he's worth 150 million.
bruh, dude, you can be a freaking multi-billionaire.
The whole
Cool.
point is that the man had bread. He wasn't
Okay,
just no average
but
Joe. He is ugly.
I'm not saying
I,
that
I will.
I'm not saying it's about average. I'm not
He
saying
ain't no
it's
Well,
average
I'll
Joe.
give you. I'll give you that.
I'm not saying it's about average Joe.
But what I'm
It's
saying is that she didn't. She look who she married. You
dude,
acting like she married down.
she
She only married
she
down because of physical features.
but
Other than that, she married up. Like
what I'm
what did
saying
I
to
say
you,
earlier?
my thing is this: do you think that she's the same way with him emotionally and attitude wise that she was
No.
with those black? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying
The
is
fact that
we change our attitudes to fit whatever when it goes to outside of our race.
Okay.
Many people will change their attitudes, will change what they're looking for, and will give they will give the grace to the person who's not of their race.
Interesting.
And then when they're in their race, there is no grace. Look at how that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm like when the initial question was to say here it is black men versus black women. This white man, there's this black girl who died at the hands of this white man. Black women were like, "Oh my God, black women ain't safe nowhere, and men don't care. We need to talk about it." Black men are like, "Yo, this black dude died at the hands of his white girl, at the hand of his white fiance or white girlfriend, whatever the heck she was. He died there." Black women were like, "Well, see, that's what that nigga get." Like, why? That's what I'm saying. We sit here,
Mm.
we have no grace for one another. Like, we have no grace,
Yeah,
nothing.
but
But then if
representation. Hold on. Look, I will agree that yeah, over some societal points, yeah, black people do not exactly send a canoe out for each other to check on whether or not brothers should be safe with her, or hey, did anybody tap him on the shoulder and tell him about them white? Yeah, I get it. But at the same time, we do show concern and we do talk about it. The difference is you have a lot of people in mixed relationships that don't like being a part of those conversations, and they don't believe. They think they're inept. They think, oh well, I'm the other side, man. I agree that yeah, I could be a strong black man with a white girl. Okay, you can, but if you talking about if it's violence or if it's life and death, like that one black dude that got killed by the woman who was and she stabbed him to death. But check this out: it was her friends that took the stand that talked against her, saying, "No, no, no, she beat him, she was violent against him. We seen it. And it was one after the other. So just because you date outside your race and you catch yourself in violence doesn't mean that truth doesn't escape you. That's not no, that's not it. I think that sometimes you find brothers and sisters who are unrealistic about the people they're dating. If you're in a violent situation, I don't care what they look like. Admit it. Admit it.
Yeah, but
But if you date somebody who might kill you, I guarantee you didn't find out just the day you died. I
no,
guarantee you, bro.
but that's I mean that's what I'm saying. That's for me. It was like the point was we have we have no grace for one another. It's and I mean it's
I
just one
feel
of
like you're
those.
misusing grace.
No, this
I feel
no. When I say
like
grace, well, no. When I'm saying grace is if okay, like I said, we change. Like when you look at black folk and you look at the
is it
requirements they have.
empathy? Is
No,
that what you're talking
well,
about? Like empathy?
no.
We don't
Empathy is okay. Something happens to you, and I can kind of, you know,
relate.
yeah, I can. There you go. I could think of the word. I can relate to
Gotcha.
the situation. That we no, like we. That's empathy. When I'm saying grace, I'm saying like what I'm looking for. Well, you can say grace, empathy. Both are kind of a mix. They're similar, but it's
They're
like
similar, but I know it.
yeah, it's there's a difference. Grace, when I say we have no grace, is that we will not give each other the situation to say, okay, hey, this happened over here and this happened over there. How in the world can I, what in the world can I do to make this okay? Like, or, oh crap, I lost it. Like, I had it and I lost it. I was talking and it was just like, it was going,
Fumble,
I
Fumblerooski,
know,
fumble the
fumble. It was
Well,
bad,
ball.
like, very bad.
hold
It's,
on. Hold on. Look, if you say grace and empathy are a mix, and I'll go with that, I'll say they're very similar.
yeah.
Look, I don't think that we in any I don't think it's always malicious. I think that's where we mess up. Because just because disagreements or I disagree with your lifestyle or even how you live, that doesn't mean I'm trying to be malicious. I just may not a believe it's okay. I'm not conditioned like you. I've had to explain that to people. I go, I'm not conditioned, bro. I'm from the 80s. Some of this new, I didn't do all that new. I said, yeah, white dudes was still bold saying the N word. And yeah, it was a lot of fights. Yeah, it went down. I said, I remember when the OJ verdict came out. That let you know. Things like that let us know that that invisible line we try to pretend isn't there was there. I watched half of that building celebrate and the other half like, you know he guilty. And I mean for real, snapping. And these is kids. We just kids, but we are all immersed in this together. And I'm not always conditioned to feel empathy or allow for grace when I feel like maybe you knew you were in a bad situation and you kept going.
But I
Because
get,
I've been in bad situations and I had to be the guy to go, hold up. One of us has got to
but that's
call
the thing that
this
I'm saying.
and
It's like
foremost.
you already saying because we're they're going. Well, they should have known because they were making it like because I guess there has been statements on both of their ends to make it like white people were better and black folk was like okay you should have known like you're dating a white person there should have been some semblance there which like I said evil does not have a culture like evil does not
Let's be
have a
real.
race it literally can be anything but
Evil's not determined by melanin. Let's be
right.
1,000. Come on.
Exactly,
So that's what I'm saying.
exactly.
So that's why I said when I said when I'm talking about grace in these two particular situations, is that neither side necessarily feels like the other side deserves it. They
Right.
are saying, that's why I said black women are saying this black dude, that's what you get for dating his wife. Okay, think of what's the dude, um he played in Creed 3. He used to play Kane the Conqueror. Um
Oh,
Jonathan Majors.
yeah,
there it is.
yeah. So okay, think about his situation. He was literally running from the
Okay.
white girl. And
Hmm.
where he got charged, he lost everything. What was the first thing that came out? See, that's what you get for messing with a white girl. If you would have been messing with a black girl, none of this stuff would have happened.
That ain't
There was,
necessarily
But
true.
but I'm right. But that's
let's
what I'm
be
saying.
real.
But
Because
there
In
if you
his
was
look back,
situation,
if
he'd
you
have been in
look at
trouble.
history, we
right.
can just name one name right now. I don't know what happened in this hotel room, but hey, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but that's what
Well,
I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. The whole ideology was that's what you get for messing with a white girl. No empathy,
That's what they
no
said about
grace.
OJ too, though.
Right. No empathy, no grace. Now that
But
this
they
is
didn't say that
happening,
about Jamie Foxx, though.
what? What Jamie got sick?
Yeah,
No, they
you
was
know, yeah.
talking.
Rumor
They were
has,
talking.
rumor has that Jamie Foxx only date,
White girls.
date
Yeah. Well, he
white
said
girls.
it in
So
his special. He said it in his special. He's like, "Yo, I'm no longer going to mess with white girls publicly." Jamie already knew
mm,
black people were saying that's what you get for messing with white people. Like you were a
well, look, okay,
sacrifice.
that's
but
weird.
Robert De
Like
Niro messed with black women and
he
never
was.
pub. You had to find
Yeah.
out. You know.
Yeah, he's married, but I'm saying he's married to a black woman. Dirk Nowitzki is married to a black woman. There's
Bill
many.
Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr is married to a black woman. Yeah,
Bill
there's
Burr,
many. There's
Yeah.
many. There's shoot. Gary Owens don't mess with
Gary
nothing
Young.
but black women.
but
So
black
that's
women.
what I'm saying. It's like that. That. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like okay, hey, it's like this
Yeah,
is okay, and then
but remember,
over there it's not.
they take judgment. They take judgment though. They take hits. They take slights. They
Yeah,
you take it because you're in the public's eye. You're gonna be criticized. But I do respect the fact that at least if you gonna tell the story, I love the way Gary Owens tells. He said, "You just wouldn't understand the way I'm built." And I
right.
go, at least, and like he said, out of seven, like what, seven brothers and sisters, he's the only one.
Yeah,
He's the
Mhm.
only one that dates
but
outside his race.
I think
And
that's
he grew up in
genuinely.
rural Ohio, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but I think
He
that's a
that's
genuine. That's his
that's
genuine.
just
This is
his
just what
genuine
I mess with,
attraction.
and
That's
I
his
have no
attraction.
like that stuff. I have no
Yeah.
problems with. If you come out to me and you just go, I'm just naturally attracted to black women more than I am white women, so I just date black women because
Yeah.
that's what I'm attracted to, and I get to know them. I like what it is. Okay, like I said, I have the mother to my goddaughters. All she dated is black people. That's all she's ever dated. Black dudes. Both of her kids by black men. So in my head, I get it. That's what you're naturally attracted to. I can care less. Where my issues always come in is the second one, where I'm dating or where a person will date a white person will date a black person or a black person will date a white person simply for the fact because it's just like you're white and I think you're better or you're white and I think I'm going to get this benefit that I don't get over here because we never I don't think people take the time to look at what it is that you're looking for in your own culture. Because like I said,
Right.
there's a bias. There is a like black folk have bias against black people. So
Hell yeah.
and so a lot of the times we will date based off of the bias or the thought or the ideology that's like if you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not doing it like this, then I'm going to go because like you'll hear people ask this question all the time. How long do I give black like you hear women say, how long do I give black men a chance before I go to white men? And it's like, what nigga are you dating? What is the criteria for the nigga that you're dating? And when you go to this white man, what is going to be your criteria? 9 out of 10 times, that criteria for that white man is not going to match that black man.
No.
It's not going to match. That's why I was saying the criteria doesn't match because it's like over here, black dude has to be this, black dude has to be that, black dude has to give me this, black dude has to give me that. But you don't give him the grace of being anything similar to the white dude that you would date. This is what I will always say. Corny looks good in the color you want it. And for a lot of black women, corny don't look good in black. Black gotta have swagger. Black gotta have attitude. Black gotta have this certain mentality. Black gotta have all of these
Well,
things. Corny look good in
unfortunately,
white
bro,
because it's like
unfortunately,
it can look a certain way.
unfortunately, there has been a movement that went on, and I'm sure you've probably seen it. And it probably phased out, but it was trendy for a while. But it was
Duh.
the black wife experience, where these black wives they show the before picture of
Yeah,
the
I
guy
remember that.
they start dating, and then they slowly transition them into what they find, what they feel like bringing out
His
his
black side.
attributes.
Yeah, his black
Yep.
side.
But then you take this guy that looked like all he did was play Dungeons and Dragons, or he just saved money and went to work all the time and just had really no life, and then you turn around and give him some swag, and now he's out here looking like like GQ Man of the Month, and they like this
Yeah.
is the black wife experience.
Yeah,
But here's the crazy thing: it don't always. It sometimes it does work on the other shoe. I've seen it before. I ain't gonna lie to you, honestly. My wife changed how I dress. Tell you the truth, bro. Because I used to wear baggy. Like I don't even like baggy jeans, but I got them, and I just ain't been shopping for no jeans lately. But nah, for real though, I really prefer tapered jeans, like something that's a little bit more casual. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I used to wear a lot of just plain t-shirts, and then she got me into wearing polos and button-ups more often, stuff like that. So I can't, and then she hated them highs, man, like them Air Jordan 1 highs, them super hot. She used to
Duh.
say, she said, "Why you got them moon boots on?" I was like, man, she killing me in them shoes, boy. So she got me to stop wearing Air Force Ones all the time too. But I can honestly say it didn't turn out like a TikTok show. You know what I'm saying? Where
but I don't
it's
think
like,
it's.
this is,
But I
you
don't think it's
know,
the same thing though. There's a
it's
difference
not.
between.
It's like they take a man and turn him to a Barbie doll and turn him into Ken.
Well, it's that they turn. This is what I'm saying.
Man.
They turn.
Just turn us into Method Man.
No, well, it's that they turn.
No
What?
respect, no
I
disrespect,
want
nothing
all the
but fun.
urban.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's different in the sense of what you're talking about is I just been married. My wife has a preference. That's going to happen. That's just over time. What we're talking
Well,
about is
that started happening before we got married.
yeah, but I'm saying that's just a preference over time. Hey, babe, I like to see you in this. Hey, babe, I like this, and she buys what it is that you're looking for.
Well,
The
hold on. Let
what?
me let me let me ask. Is it really okay? So if that's really what you call relationship conditioning, like she's conditioned to do certain things, she likes a certain look, and then she gets Walt to finally agree to certain changes. Walt kind of slows it. He sees a different Walt and goes, you know what, this is cool too. I could dig that, but I'll say this: how much of what those women, whether white or black, black man, how much of it is propaganda
Mhm.
versus conditioning? Conditioning, I don't see anything wrong with.
Well,
Propaganda is the
Well,
problem.
well, I
I wouldn't
mean,
Like
say
if
it's
you think a white
conditioning.
woman gives you a status symbol, that's a problem.
well,
I wouldn't
That's
consider it
propaganda.
conditioning because at this point I don't wear nothing like none of this. Majority of the time I got on clothes. I got on something that I want to wear. I don't even be thinking about. Let me put on a polo because my wife likes polo. T-shirt.
but I'm saying what I'm saying
He said
is
t-shirt.
what I'm saying is that if you're going propaganda mode, the whole thing of this is how he looked when we started dating, and this is how he looks now. It's like okay, you took the time to make him into something that you would date, if that makes sense. So you turned him
Right.
and you gave him the swag, you gave him this, you gave him that, you introduced him to the culture. So now you got him eating the food like you got him liking a lot of the same things that you're doing.
I ain't never
Okay,
gonna like no cucumber sandwich.
no,
I don't
I'm
care
just
what
saying.
nobody say.
Ah,
I'm just
he said
calm down.
cucumber.
Why does nigga get so upset about food? Like that's the
Listen,
sad part.
that nigga
Like
slip.
he did not even
He
care
just want
nothing
to let you
about
know it ain't on the
clothes.
menu.
Yeah, I'm just saying he didn't care nothing about clothes.
I
The
ain't gonna
way I
never like
dress,
no
the
cucumber
way I
sandwich.
dress, I don't care. She can have that, but my food, if she ever put a cucumber in front of me. We fighting. That's a divorce. Like
Apparently,
why are you so upset?
but
No. Oh,
I, lo-
what
I
I'm saying.
guess I can respect that. I can kind of see where you come. I do not get it. Like to an extent,
Yeah.
I do
Well.
agree with you that there is little grace sometimes amongst us, but it is. But I hate how they put us like we're not a unicorn. We should have the right to temper out too. I don't
Yeah.
have to dance to every Negro's beat, and
No.
nor do I have to agree with every black man on stage.
But unfortunately.
I should have the temperance.
Yeah. But
I should have the.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
I didn't mean
will
to cut
say this. No, no, no. It's like, look, I understand. Like, I'll tell them just like I tell anybody. I said, yeah, if you dealing with a Negro, let me be a Negro. But if you keep pushing and you trying to push your agenda, I'm gonna be a nigga about it, and I'm probably not going to agree. We're probably gonna have to find a break here. The
you.
trick is we know that we as men, as black men, you are conditioned to know when someone is trying to push an agenda, whether it be black or white. You know it. You go, whoa, whoa, wait, hey, let me help you out real quick.
Well,
I'm
what's
not down for all that. But at the
so
same time, I'm not so supportive of all relationships either. Just not. Sometimes if
yeah,
you show me that you're propaganda, I'm gonna be like, look, bro, you can bring homie around, but don't expect everybody to give him dap. We ain't dapping that up. No.
right,
Yeah. It's
right.
You
but
tell him
that's
to sit on the couch, get him a
but
chicken leg, and tell him shut up.
but that's what I'm saying though. It's like that stuff where we come in and you see that. If I'm showing a video of like, oh, this is how he started out. I started dating this nerd, and now I turned him into this GQ model. Like, okay, for instance, like the Travis Kelsey thing. When they show the pictures of how when he was dating the black chick, and then he started dating Taylor Swift, and now look at how he looked. Like when you're propaganda, like when it's that
Come on.
that to me is like you sitting here going, okay, yeah, I had this little dress up doll. I was able to do all of this with him. I was able to do what I want. It's like you a lot of people, that's why I said it comes off. I
Uh,
don't like those type of relationships because it's like I dated you because I knew I could control what the outcome is. I knew I
Come
was
on.
getting this and this, so I gave you grace because I know you don't know how to dress. I know you don't know how to talk. I know you don't know how to walk it. I know you don't know what food to eat. Like when they know that, and then it's like, oh well, I can come into your life and I can teach you all of that. It's like, okay, why couldn't you do that over here? That's what I'm saying about grace, if that makes
Because she
sense.
would have never got away with it.
Well,
She'd have
not
never got away with
you
it.
well,
got you got
here's
corny black
another thing
dudes. You
too.
got corny lame niggas. You got
Not
black dudes.
Here's
yeah,
another
but
thing.
they
Here's
ain't
another thing. Some women outside of outside of their demographic has access to stuff that they're trying to get to. Let's look at an example like this. The movie Hustle and Flow.
Never
okay.
watched it all the way through.
Okay, but the fact that he had a white woman on his team
Right.
that was like the plug to everything that he needed done. You see what
Pretty
I'm
much.
saying?
Yeah.
So it was almost like having a bunch of tools in your toolbox, and that's that's the one you pull out. That's like, all right, I need this fixed,
That's the
I
and
Swiss
then
Army
boom,
knife.
no, I get it.
exactly.
I
You see what I'm
definitely get
saying?
it.
So, but no, but see, that's the thing. Some people have different access. Like, say for instance, there's a white dude. If he want to be a rapper, 9 times out of 10, he's not going. He's only gonna get so far dealing with somebody that looks like him. Eventually, he gonna have to cross the street and see what the other side of the track feel like,
I don't know.
because
Beastie
I'm
Boys did it.
Beastie Boys is different, and so was
Again,
homie from third
conditions.
base,
Conditions.
Prince, yeah, what's
Vanilla
dude from
Ice
third
did.
base? Dang, dude, man, he the one discovered Nas. Search, MC Search. All I'm
Mm.
saying, man, is that, like I said, a lot of people do what they do for different situations. Unfortunately, in this young lady's situation, they actually have a track record of her social media posts talking about
Well,
how she didn't, how she felt about dating black men. And somebody wrote an article about dating black men in 2026 is exhausting, or something like that. And it
Yeah.
was like they don't quite she kind of reposted and said her thing about it, which that's her right, and it still doesn't negate the fact that she should still be alive right now.
No.
The whole point is that she has a track record of feeling like this for over the last 6 7 years. It's not like something she just started feeling
Right.
like. Even back in the day, they got old posts that said she said back in elementary school that she wanted children, interracial children. So it's not like it's something that she just woke up and was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. But see, however, on the flip side, in between the lines, she always hashtagged soft life. Well, see, here's the thing about that. That soft life hashtag thing means they don't have to do a lot to maintain. All they have to do is stay looking good and make sure everything in the house is what needs to be up to par. You see what I'm saying? So essentially, they just become a suburban housewife. That's what they trade in. See, and then here's another thing. A lot of folks that feel like she needs more support in their situation said this girl went from being a bottle girl slash whatever she was doing at the time to this situation. Just to point out, again, she should still be alive. And if this man really did murder her, he needs to go to prison for the rest of his life. However, graduating from a club employee to a suburban housewife is not an accomplishment. That is literally just getting into a relationship because of the financial stability and just doing whatever you need to do to maintain that status because of said financial stability. And that's all the wrong reasons to be in situations like that, because here's the hard truth. If that is what the problem was, and she was in a relationship only for the soft life, and that came out, and there was a disagreement, and some things were done, and some things were said, and some actions were taken in the heat of that conversation, okay, he still needs to go to prison for the rest of his life, but that's where it brings out the people of the vultures, the crows, and say that's what you get for
Well,
this, that, and the third. And see, at that point, if that is the case, and then that comes out to be the case, the sad truth about that is we gonna have to swallow that, because somebody's gonna still have a field day with how that's what you get, which is still wrong, regardless if that's the reason why they were even in this relationship and this situation happened. She should still be alive, and if he did it, and if they can prove it, he needs to go to prison for the rest of his life.
well, here's the thing. I agree with everything that you're saying, but I think that's the point of it is that the same dude that I was talking about, the black guy in the situation that I was talking about, he did the same exact thing. So Telvin Osborne did the same exact thing, where he sat here and was just like he only want to date white girls, he don't want to date black girls and stuff like that. They said he had a history of saying that too. It's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like this difference of everybody is saying this one group is saying one deserve. It's like everybody is saying nobody is giving grace to the situations, because if you're talking about it, you're not giving it grace, and the first thing that everybody is jumping over is the fact that it's like, oh, they're dead. And it's like, why is it that when they die and they've dated, outside of their race, it's this hatred towards them?
Mm.
And even if you're saying, she had the bottle life and all of that stuff, to go back to that, when you listen to a lot of the stuff that black women talk about, what's the first thing that come out their mouth? Oh, we work too hard. We got to work too hard, and they do. Like, let's be real. Like, if you look at statistics, black women work a lot harder in different things, but at the same time, it's a now when we talk about conditioning, there's a conditioning there. Cause let's be real, give a black woman, give a black woman a title. That a black you give a black woman a title, she'll work for you 72 hours straight. She'll pee in a bucket for a title, but when it comes to a dude, or when it comes to being with a black man, some of them ain't about to sit here and pee in a in the wrong bathroom. If you take them to the wrong gas station, if you take them to the wrong gas station, they breaking up with you. Like they're just not going to deal with any of it. And then they'll go, well, yeah,
Well,
we need a soft life, because that's what they're pushing. Black women need soft life, and even in that, because I feel like that could be a whole nother topic in itself. How do you get there? You gotta give soft if you want a soft life.
well,
And let's be honest, when we talk about black men, black women dynamics, how much softness is there between us? A lot of it, a lot of it ain't soft. A lot of it is it's on us competing. A lot of it is us competing and then going, I don't understand why we're competing. I don't understand it. Why are we competing? Well, we're competing
I don't
because
know. You got to get over a lot of conditioning. I agree with
yeah,
you there. Yeah,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
got to get through a lot of conditioning.
We're
Sure.
competitors. I'm for real. Like
Well,
I
because one is always told to do better, and one was never told to settle. It's not easy. It's not. I mean,
my
relationships are
nigga, you
dynamic.
said that was a bar.
My
That
For
was a
real, my
bar.
guy.
That was a bar.
So,
That was a bar.
all I'm saying is,
Nigga, I wish I
in
had a
real
daggone
life,
thing and make a noise. Where's your sound effects?
silly.
You're
It's
missing.
the truth.
You're missing.
It's the You are never taught to. You are never conditioned as a man to settle. And you are silly. And no woman is never told to tell you that's enough.
Uh,
It's always you're trained to keep going. But when you meet somebody, then there's this 15-second conversation you had with maybe two people you love, and they supported you, and nobody knew about it, but everybody else was like, "Hey, my nigga, if it ain't working out, you don't have to be in that."
right.
It's this conditioning.
No, and
It's the
that's
way.
but I think that's what I'm for real, bro. Until we can beat that, until that's what I'm saying. Grace. That's what I'm saying. Until grace beats conditioning,
Boy,
we're always gonna be at odds. I don't see the battle ending. I just don't. That's why people be
I
like,
think the best advice I ever told was by a pastor. I'm not gonna front. It was the best advice. He said, when you get married, if you can keep Christ in the middle of your relationship,
"Yep,
that way there's no turning away.
nope,
He goes, you cannot say you hate that woman
nope,
without going through Christ first.
pretty
So I was
much,
like, ooh. So I think that's the conditioning you need. You need the only thing that I have as an alternative is knowing that, okay, if I believe that God gave me this and I asked God for it, then I can't just disregard it like it's
no,
trash either.
yeah,
I can't go back to conditioning of immoral behavior and pretending like that's gonna work in a marriage. That's not how that works.
and I
But until, boy, I know, right? I know I
yeah,
hit a nerve. My
yeah,
bad.
but it's just because this is the funniest part. I don't think we want marriage anymore. That's why I said if anybody ever asks me, I always go, love is dead. We talk a lot about love, but I think love is dead as far as a romance situation because nobody is looking for what the actuality of love is. Love is not a material. Love is not a materialistic thing. That's why I love the fact that my parents always said, whether we are in a mansion or we in a matchbox, I am going to stick with you. Like I am
With
going
you.
to be with you.
Right.
And because I love you, and that's the problem. Too many people are not in love with the who, they are in love with the what. They are in
True.
love with what you are. They in love with what you can do. They are in love with what you look like. They are in love with what they can say about you to somebody else. But they have no idea who you are. They have no idea how you operate. They have no idea your mental emotional state. They have
Yeah.
no idea the
You ever
who of
remember?
you.
You remember back in the day when they used to tell you, learn your man, learn that man, learn what he like, learn what he don't like. Remember that?
Doc.
Who's pushing that agenda?
Nobody.
Who's pushing the one?
Nobody.
Telling that woman, go, if you so good with so many different dicks, all you need is one. You got one, girl. Learn that one dick. What's that one dick like?
No,
It's weird. You have to deal with the conditioning of, okay, so what happens when people on the other end don't promote? And then you gotta go, hey, hey, hey.
bro.
If you don't know, I gotta talk to that woman and I gotta let you know. Hey, first of all, I don't speak on yours, don't speak on mine, and don't bring negative. It's what you have to let that person know. Either we're gonna have boundaries or we're not.
So,
Either we're going to design. Hey, before the door open and we go outside, let's make sure Team Ready is ready.
always.
Because I'm telling you,
And
they waiting.
but dude, this is even the crazy part about dudes now. Even when I look at niggas now, I'm like, why are y'all so freaking emotional, bro?
Boy,
Like what? Like I've never, bro. And I'm
can't hit
about
them with
to.
sandpaper,
Hey,
boy.
I
hey,
have
hey,
yet to
hey.
figure out why
Guess
in the
what?
world there are so many soft niggas out here.
Well, guess what?
I
Guess
can't
what?
figure it out for the life of me.
You just answered the question, the burning question that you had about emotional support, emotional protection. You can't protect somebody from their own emotions or from the emotions that they feed you because you so got dang on emotional. You got dang on
Well,
soft.
this is the thing.
Well,
You cannot protect anybody. Right? You can't protect nobody
If you
with
too
emotion.
sensitive on your own, how
It's
you gonna protect somebody else? Right? Exactly,
because
and that's
these
another thing.
I have yet to figure it out because I cannot figure out why
You
there are so
can't
many
figure it
soft
out.
niggas.
You can't
Bro,
figure it out.
these
What pastor say? You
it's
got to be controlling
conditioning.
your own
these
emotions. If you
I'm
It's
be in
fine with
control of
that.
your
conditioning.
Like,
own
dude, I
emotions,
get all of that, and this is, but I'm saying for me, I'm a dude who like to understand stuff. I am a dude
Fair.
who, for whatever reason, if I can at least get a semblance of understanding, I can survive. What I
this
cannot,
the
I
question I have for you is why are you trying to wrap your head around something that's not logical?
the reason why because because I'm one of those people who try to find the logic in something. When I finally figure out that
You
it's
the dog.
illogical, I
You
walked
the
off.
dog out the pack. You the
Or
dog out the pack that chases tail for fun.
no,
That's what it is.
I'm the dog. I'm the dog.
Oh
No,
Lord.
I'm the
Oh
dog.
Lord.
I'm the dog that try to search. I'm the dog who try to search for the right path, and when I can't find it, I go where I know. You, these dudes nowadays,
It,
just like these women, are different. These dudes are different. It's
Fair.
like you cannot. I've just never seen a level of wit in niggas the way I'm serious, bro.
He said a level.
I have never seen this
Jesus.
level of whipped in my life, my dude.
I don't
but you know
hold
what?
on, man.
Because nobody
Hold
has
on.
cognitive thinking skills, man. They
Bro,
ain't
I'm
thinking
just
things through
Hold
at
on.
all.
That is a conundrum in hold on. Were you mean at the end of a conundrum? Did
what?
you just design a problem and punch somebody in the face?
I'm just
What
saying.
kind of shit?
I'm just saying, bro. Like, let's be real.
Listen,
How many cats have you now? Like, bro, when I say women are leading niggas by the nostrils, bro, I pretty much feel like when women call niggas a dog, bro, they tried to make it a reality. Cause I see a whole bunch of women leading the niggas on leashes. I have never,
Well,
but see,
I've
that was by
never seen.
design, bro.
I
It was
know it's by
always by
design, bro.
design.
I get that it's by
But
design, but
see,
it's one of those things where I sit here and go, like we watch, like I said, we talked about the video interview with the devil. If we know what you're here to do, if we know what the conundrum is, if we know that you're trying, why in the world do we never combat it? Like why is there never a combatants on the thing? And we're telling each other what's going wrong. Black
true.
women, we feel you are too tough. Black women, we feel like you don't give us grace. Black men, we feel like you don't know how to love us. Black men, we feel like we want to be in a little bit softer areas. How do we do it?
bro,
Let's
look
sit
at the
down at the
perspective of
table.
men.
Like I'm just saying, what? Why can we not, as
Look at the
black folks,
perspective, bro.
sit at the table and talk to each other? Why can we not, as black
Okay,
folks, sit here and be like, let's
because we
figure
were
this out?
broken. We were broken up a long
But I
time
know
ago.
if I know I'm broken, nigga, I'm gonna go get some duct tape, some super glue, a nail,
But
something.
it's
I'm going to
it's
figure out a way to piece
My
myself
man
back
said, "I'm
together.
not going out.
I'm
because
not
I'm
you,
going.
not doing it."
bro,
You
you
cannot tell me I'm broken.
listen
I
here,
cannot know that I'm broken and then sit here and stay broken and blame every other nigga for me being broke.
bro.
Once I
You
know that
can't.
I
Facts.
have a
Hey, listen
problem,
here.
once I know I have a problem, once I know I'm effed up, once I know that I'm messed up, I have to do something to fix what it is that I know is the
And
problem now.
you know what the key word and what you just said? I, you.
People,
Everybody ain't you.
bro, but I get,
Everybody don't have
I
the
trust
same.
me, bro. No,
Everybody don't. Everybody
trust,
has a similar perspective, but see, a lot of folks don't can't wrap their head around life and figure out how to fix their situation. So
that's,
it's easier for them
they
to
don't want to.
conform
They don't want
to
to.
what they
True.
want.
Yeah.
other than it is to
If
work to get to where they should
then
be,
that
and
means
that's their
then
choice.
it's not then my thing, and I'm fine with
That's
that.
their
Then
choice.
yes, that's their choice. And my thing is at the
On
end of the day,
our
then you can't
situation,
say
on
you
the
don't know
other
how to
side,
fix it. I'm
right?
sorry.
Well, we ain't. No, you ain't. We ain't telling them they don't know how to fix it. All I'm
You don't
saying
know
is,
how to
at the end
Well,
of
fix
the day,
you. Then you
I
don't
agree. You
at the end of the
can't be
day, we should
surprised by
have
something you
one
already
extra.
know.
At the
right.
Okay.
end of the day, we should have one extra human on the earth that shouldn't that I, from my point of view, shouldn't have died from the hands of somebody that considered they loved them on the night that they got engaged. That's all I'm saying. On the other side, there is another situation that just happened the other day. Not just the girl who got shot by the boyfriend and the boyfriend shot the daddy. Another kid, I just thought about it when you brought up the guy whose girlfriend was cleaning the gun. Well, it was another kid who just so happened to I believe he was either mixed or black, but he looks like he was black. But he was allegedly cleaning his gun and accidentally shot his girlfriend, and she died. And the family believes his story, but he's still going to jail right now
Uh,
for manslaughter.
It
And
is.
we don't know what that's going to end up, so we're going to get back to that. We're going to follow that case and get back to that
Yeah,
and bring that up later.
I'm just. I don't know. I guess because we didn't went the thing that I love, and I
All
hope
I'm
that
saying
the
is
thing I
that
love, and I hope that people love about our podcast is we may start off with a topic, but god dang it,
oh
Woo!
we
but
gonna go on a
hold on. We
tangent.
about to turn. Well, we
Right.
about to turn
Woo!
this
We
corner
gonna go
back
on a
because.
tangent, but it all makes sense.
But
So
see,
that is
Man,
different.
but
we
y'all just
pivot,
went on
but
the
we gonna throw the
tangent.
ball back in
Oh,
bounds
we gonna,
eventually.
oh, bro, we gonna score on these titles. Now we gonna score on these
Here's
daggone
another.
topics at some point.
I just want to get back to the topic that you said. Why do black women feel like they not protected? Well, okay. Here's a few things. You got to drop your guard to be protected.
Whew.
Mm,
So do that first,
mm,
and then maybe you'll find protection. Because I've seen situations where females are arguing with men, and men come get in the way of the situation. Be like, "Chill out, dude. That's a female." And she say, "I don't need your help. He ain't nobody. I beat you." All right, well, okay, cool. Sock in the mouth. Why you ain't stop it? Like you said earlier. Well, you said you ain't need no help, so
I don't know
we
what
can
you
go
want me to
ahead and
do,
let you handle your business,
but
right? Okay, so here's
nightlife is
another thing.
hard now.
Here's another thing. You gotta, like I said, you gotta learn how to drop your guard. Second of all, you gotta drop your ego to feel like ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you because you're a woman, even in the daytime, because it ain't just nightlife. Woman just got carjacked, pulling out the job the other day, and dude fired a couple shots. I don't know if he fired in the air or whatever, but she drove off and got help, and police found him. But the whole point is, this happened in the daytime. So even in the
Mm,
daytime, a female could run into
yeah.
some adverse situation. So first of all, you drop your guard, drop your ego, and drop the fact that you don't know everything, and you do need somebody to tell you how to do things properly and more tactful. That way, your ass can get home safely. So my thing
Facts.
is that, like you said earlier, I don't understand what movie or what superhero they thought we were crafted after, but you can't assume that you don't need some form of protection on you, firearm, knife, spray, mace, whatever the case is.
Something.
You can't assume that you
mm,
don't need that stuff on you and then think that just because individual is only 20 minutes away, they can make it there in time to help you. No, that's not how things work.
yeah.
I can't leap buildings in a single bound. So
Well,
therefore, you got to drop that fact that you think you know everything, your ego and your guard, and then maybe you can be more well protected. Another thing is you got to know when to shut the front door. Because, like you
Woo!
said earlier, if it's 1 to 6, I don't care how many rounds I'm packing. If I'm cracking at one, just best believe it's 2 to 3 out of that 6 that got a pistol too. They
You
gonna
just
start shooting at the
aggro
right.
same
6
time.
individuals.
So
But this
so
has
now
even
we
been
get
said though.
it's gonna be an uneven shooting range. It's like
It,
now
and
who's gonna pin the tail on the donkey? That's what they gonna play.
I never
That's
like
what they gonna play.
it was a chick who was like, "Ladies, your mouth can get a lot of men in trouble," because she was like,
For real.
she was like, when you say certain things, she's like, I got brothers. She's like, I got brothers, I got cousins, and all of that. She's like, when I say certain things, she's like, there is stuff that can happen that if I cause a problem, like if I say that there's this or he did this, he did that, she's like, they're going to be ready to run. Like, or if you are a black woman, you call the cops or anybody calls the cops on a black person. Like, let's just be honest about it. it's like you are escalating things. You have the ability to, like, your mouth can cause a problem that can cost somebody life. Like when you look at when the girl who set up what was it, Mario Santana? What's the dude who used to play Romeo on
Yeah, that's him.
yeah, okay. Like it was the rumor that he raped her or something. Like that's the story she told. Like she set him up to make it like, yeah, he did something to me. You need to get him back. So now here's these dudes that's like, hey, I'm going to go get homie because he did something to you. Well, the whole entire time he didn't do nothing. Like it was a
And
mutual
see,
thing.
it's youthful. Like when you
Yeah.
youthful, you can get caught in that because it's emotion. You can get caught in a whirlwind of emotion. True. But I've seen the way older niggas handle that chick versus the way younger niggas handle that chick. And I'm gonna be real. You keep acting like a knight in shining armor if you want to, you're gonna get killed over a
All right.
lot.
What they say? Don't be a
Period.
captain.
But
Don't be a captain. Save him.
but see, that
Don't
I'm
ain't
don't
just
save
that.
her.
This
Don't save her.
I hope she's speaking for all women because it ain't just black women that do that. It's
Oh,
all
oh,
for
I
women.
real.
know. Oh no, I'm just
For
saying. Like
real.
It's
that was
all
just
Yeah.
women.
we were just talking
Cause
in the context of that.
I done seen dudes
Well,
get they
you
face split because Becky was running her chops, and he's like,
Hey,
"Come on, man, come on, guys," and
hey,
start treating his face like a speed
man.
bag, dog. It was like, man, all cause she's
Hey
running her
man, like
mouth,
I
like,
said, you can't look.
duh.
Predators know the difference. People who are willing to go know who's not.
I
If you just carrying it and you running, yeah, that's a bad look.
if
Cause
you
I've been on a lot of porches, nigga. You don't want to be that nigga.
I
Don't be that nigga.
if you ever pay attention, that's the thing that most dudes always talk about. Even when we talk about safety, when it comes from like being with women, they always talk about know how to control your mouth. They was like, if you don't know how to control your mouth with the man, not the nigga you need. Like you're gonna find yourself not by yourself. Like
Yeah, by yourself.
it's a thing of where it's like it's respect. Like I seen that thing where they was like, a lot of women won't love, men won't respect. But I don't think a lot of women realize that love to a man looks like respect. Like it's you are the way that you, because like you got to think when you talk about, now we're going biblical to put a spiritual aspect on it because we always go here at some point. When you look at what the Bible talks about a woman giving to a man, like when she's talking about love, it's submission. It's you being there, is you honoring his position, is you honoring him as a man. It's you respecting him, respecting his authority, respecting his words, respecting his ability to lead. It's a respect thing. So your respect looks like, so that's how your love looks like to a man. Respect. Women, when he says, men love your wives as Christ has loved the church, look at what Christ, look at how he loved it. He protected it. He laid his life down for it. He listened to it. He heard what it was saying. He heard the needs of the people and he did his best to lead them to the things that they desire. So that's how love looks to women: listening, responding, acknowledging, and then leading too. If a woman can't follow, you can't lead. Like that's what it is.
Well,
Because I can tell you where we going. I can even go there. But if you ain't nowhere behind me, I just walk by myself. I
well,
just work.
we cannot walk unless we agree.
Right.
And that's kind of the problem. Even with submission, I don't care if you take a word submission and make a cooperation. Some people have conditioned themselves to believe that they must think outside the box. It's like they want to take God's role and like they want to control the
Bruh.
outcome. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
brother, if you think just because you caught homie doing something that that's controlling the outcome, that's the dumbest way to live your life because I realize God doesn't need your help, Negro.
At all.
He got you.
At all.
If so and so step out and do it, you got to know what you're gonna do before that.
Yep.
How will I handle it? Am I really that emotionally tied up that I can't think for myself? Because
Bro.
sometimes that's what happens. You lose your identity in some
Yep.
things.
It's
You got to come back and retrace your steps a little bit. You got to go somewhere along the line. I lost some things, and I got to pick me up because I
yep.
thought this was what it was about, and realizing that you were giving up something and not getting it back. There was nothing being replaced. And I think That's where a lot of people may find themselves in relationships looking for reciprocal, but it was never that in the first place. It was conditional. It was financial. But
Yep.
it dang on sure wasn't no reciprocal. You didn't get nothing out of that man or that female. You
And
was there because as long as your pockets was cool, it didn't matter what you ate. It didn't
yep.
matter what he called you. Let's be real. And
Yep.
no different from men. It didn't matter how many times she went out and got drunk and got DUIs and wrecked cars. I was gonna keep replacing them because that's what I do. And that's
Yep.
what they do. They've been conditioned. Now, if you sit there and try to get some alcoholics to see themselves, they're gonna tell you, I ain't no alcoholic. I'm just drunk. Nah, bruh. You was on the table dancing with the police officer a minute ago, and before you got arrested, I just figured maybe you wanted to see yourself and calm down. Nah, some people don't see themselves. It's just the
Yep.
way they are. And it's
Yep.
hard to get somebody who don't see themselves to see their actions. You
Yep.
almost got to leave them by themselves so long. It's like they almost crave human attention. Oh, man, I'm not like I was. You can tell a person that's been left in a situation has been stripped. They come out different sometimes. And don't get me wrong, there's evil people, but some people who were evil because they get left in a hospital bed, because an accident happened, because an incident took place. It's almost like I would have never known how much they how much they had to let go. You know what I'm saying? How much they had to regain humanity. It'd be like, I wasn't a good person, man, but I thank God over time I dropped that. You know what I'm saying? And they got people in their life that been through the whole thing, bro. Imagine a woman being loyal through the whole thing and being like, he was hateful. I hated him, but now I love him and I'll fight you. I'll fight over 2 zombies to keep that man. But it's wild what people go through for other people. I think that's I still think it's funny that women can say all they want to say. Men do not follow the test of a woman, but a woman will follow the test of a man. Will
Yeah.
follow that Negro on top of the mountain and drink urine if she had to, just to be beside that nigga. But I know, man, right now, man, she keep telling me I got to be home at 10 o'clock, so it ain't gonna work out, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't
You.
gonna, man, they do not follow the
No.
condition.
There's a lot
They're
of
not following that.
there's a lot of dudes who don't know what a good woman is.
Come on,
There's a lot of dudes who do not know what a good woman is. There's a lot of women who don't know what a good man is. It's that so many people are so used to flawed ideology that they will let a lie overshadow the truth just
Ooh,
because it looks better.
come on,
Just because this sounds like the lie that I was told. This looks like everything this looks like the manipulation that I was sold. Well, like now, like that's the biggest conversation. Well, if he can't pay for everything, he ain't a real man. It's like, do you not see the economy? This
come on.
well, my grandparents. Okay, so let me get this straight. You agree with your grandparents as long as he's paying for everything, but you don't agree with your grandmother when it comes to cooking, cleaning, being submissive,
Mm,
being quiet,
mm.
not spending all the money. Because see, grandma might have stayed at home, but grandma had enough sense to say, you know what? This is how much his check is gonna be. This is how much the bills is gonna be. This is how much after this we got to make this last until here. So grandma knew and understood the confines of where she had to be. But that you don't want to look at. You don't want to look at all of the things that grandma knew, understood, and had to do. Nope, you don't want to be traditional in that. You just want to be
Nope.
traditional in I stay home, he pay all the bills, and then I still be a bad chick. Or I
Sound good, don't
yeah,
it?
or I spend all my money and I take all my money, save that, spend all his money because that's what he's supposed to do. Like that's like the mentality of
Bro.
stuff no longer making sense. Same thing with dudes, man. Whatever, I want a chick who gonna follow me regardless of what it is. But you don't know where you leading her. Like nigga, she gotta ask you, did you pay the bills? Like she gotta come find you in order for you to be like, babe, are you home? Are you coming home? But then you want to talk about, man, I don't understand why she feels so insecure. Nigga, what are you doing to make her feel secure?
I'm
Like
making
it's
you hang out till 4 in the morning. What did you
right.
expect her to
Dude,
do?
you hanging out to 4 in the morning, she don't know where you at. You gonna talk about some I was over at my boy house and then coming to find out your ex live right next to your boy and she looking like, nigga, you think I'm stupid. Like, come
Nigga.
on, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like that's why until we get over conditioning and jump back into grace, we're screwed,
Well,
bro. I like this right here where this black dude gets killed by a white woman, no sympathy. Black woman gets killed by a white man, allegedly. Let me say it like that. I don't want to, defamation.
fair enough.
Allegedly, you see that, and the first thing that everybody goes is, "See, this is what she said. This and this and this and this and this." It's like even in the moment, we ain't got no empathy. Even in the moment, we ain't got no. Hey, let's sit here and give a little room for this. They might not have dated black people. They might have had their problems with black people. Still gone. And we got to sit
True.
here and say, you know what? Moving forward, like you said, evil comes in all shapes, sizes, creeds, colors, cultures. We got to figure out
Oh,
how we can stop making it so much us. We
well,
have the ability. My thing is this. I truly believe if black folks sat down at the table, and like I said, I know we're hurt. I know we're broke. I'm tired of hearing, well, man, they broke us, bro. They brought us over here on the ships, and nigga, yes, to an extent, that's fine. To an extent, that's a reasonable answer. But it's no longer
fair.
reasonable when I know for a fact that I'm here now. How do and I know that I'm up against the system. How do I defeat it? How do we come together and say, how do we defeat this? So that if the next person does decide to be like, hey, they went over here and they were dating, white people because that's what they thought was the better option, it's gonna be like, well, that's just what they thought. We sat down at the table and we negotiated. We started
Well,
figuring some stuff out. Like they did that to themselves. And it ain't no, well, because it's a black woman and because it's a black man dating outside. No, it's like, nah, that was just your choice. Like, nah, you did that because we sat down and we talked.
come on.
And I think until we do that, we always gonna be competitors. And I don't care what system is in place. Every man-made system can fall. Every man-made
Every
system
one
can
of them
fall.
has.
Every one of them can
Every
fall. So that means what? So now that just means we got to do the work to make sure that we see it crash down.
well,
So
as
that's
long as we don't write the manuscript,
yeah,
we be okay.
right. Everybody computer got Microsoft Word. Nigga, let's start doctoring this stuff. Let's start editing this book.
I will say this: you can't look to the past, and you can't tell me that all the answers rely on tradition. But what I can say is, at least there's an outline.
Yep.
Better to have an outline than an assumption.
We've seen it
So,
work. We've seen us work together.
facts,
We've seen
facts.
us work together. We've seen us build communities. We've seen us build family. We've seen us have structure. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing people always talk about, well, grandma didn't have a credit card. So what?
So what?
Grandma wasn't broke
And yet made it.
and made it. Grandma
Made
made
it.
it work. So this is, and this I'm for, if I ever get into a situation where women couldn't have credit cards, they couldn't have bank accounts, but grandma always seemed to make it work. But she always seemed to have made it work. But grandma had control of everything. Grandma knew everything.
Well,
How was grandma without a bank account and in a better position than you are today? And you got a bank account,
simple.
you got credit
Because
cards, you got your own.
she knew she didn't need to control everything. She knew. She knew that, man. Look, she left that to God. That's why the women was sitting on that church pew with that hat on in the front. Because
Well,
she knew.
well,
I can't whoop him like God. God will whoop him.
well, you know.
And no. But like I tell some of them niggas, how many of them do you think was praying like heaven or hell on that deathbed? Because they
Mm-hmm.
knew. It
Yep.
was like, oh no, I done messed over this woman for 30 years, 40 years. I go, what's happening is you're seeing the conditioning for the end of that. And
Mm-hmm.
I go, if you ain't in the building, women ain't in the stand. That's what
Yep.
I mean. It's sad, but you're dealing with extremes. So then you have these idiots that come out going, oh, it's all financial, it's all provision. But be careful what you ask for. Because just because I can provide it doesn't mean I'm not going to ask for something even more than you're willing to give me in return.
Pretty
Because if I
much.
tell you, I'm used to two women in relationships, this one woman stuff, and they be like, oh, I'm not really with that. Well, you're 7 years into a marriage. You can try to figure it out. Good luck. It
Yep.
sounds like Sound like you ain't gonna be here tomorrow. That's what it sound like.
It,
It's weird when we start feeding into our egos how often and how evil we are. It's weird. Your ego is a trip, man. The ego is the most amazing drug. It just doesn't know that it's wrong.
no,
That's the only problem. Just doesn't know it's wrong.
yeah,
So
eh,
I feel you that yes, I agree. We don't have much grace socially, but I will say the reality for most people, I'm gonna have to say, let me skew that down. The reality for men and women who are accepting of the fact that yes, you have a choice, but just make sure your choice doesn't pendulum. It isn't pendulated based on stupidity. It's
yeah,
pendulated based upon loss. We can't just you can't make little homie look like me and then tell me to accept it. I think women do that already. Women treat men like puppies sometimes. We'll
yeah.
just go in there and play. Nah, bro. The homie told me LeBron's was the best player in basketball, and I'm telling you right now, I don't like you feel me? It comes out.
uh,
So men have to. I go. You have to leave. I told my wife this: if you're not comfortable, then I'm not comfortable. If I'm not comfortable, you can't tell me because your sister. It's time to go. Whatever the other person in that relationship is letting you know, hey, I'm not vibing. Sometimes instead of trying to put glue on things, we need to sit down and listen and see where it's really at. Because just
yeah,
because I fit her 2 years ago don't mean I'm what she need today, and vice versa.
yeah,
Sometimes you have these relationships and they get all in arms, and I be like, yeah, but you don't even like dude. You don't even know who
yeah.
that is.
No,
How you hate motorcycles, but a dude's a motorcycle enthusiast, dude. Come on,
that
that's not
we
gonna work
you'll be surprised how much people try to fiddle faddle with the minute.
bro.
That it's
For
crazy.
real.
It's crazy.
Dude, they think they can build them like Legos, and I'm like, that's not a man. That's
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 not
that's
how
an
it works.
angry person
You
trapped in a suit that he don't want to be in, man.
and the one thing it was Taps. It was the movie Tap with Gregory Hines and
It's a good movie.
Doc Killer, and it was Sammy Davis Jr. character when when he went to go get the job, and he said,
Yep.
"Hey, you gotta let that man free." He said he's not. He said he's not that. He's like that. He said what you're trying to do. He's like he's a hoofer. He's got to sit here and he's got to be free. He got to be wild. He got to tap and step the way that he want to. He can't do no choreographed stuff.
Come on.
And a lot of people are trying so hard to make somebody who is a hoofer be a choreographed dancer, and they're trying to make a
Facts.
choreographed dancer be a hoofer. Just because they can do it a little bit, don't mean that they can do it every day. Yes, they can grow. They can grow to do it if that's where they choose to go, and they put the
Come on.
work in. But you can't make man. It's a dangerous thing to try to make somebody something that they never asked to be, never wanted to be.
It's
Because if
scaring
they wake up
relationships to step up.
True.
to
Come
tap.
on.
If
Come on.
you try to make somebody something they don't want to
Dude,
be, that one day they're going to wake up. Like it might be
let's be
20
real.
years. It might be 20
It
years,
my
but they're going to wake up
dude
and
is no different than an animal in a circus. When
bruh,
I realize that I'm stronger, that I'm bigger, and that there's not really much you can do to stop me, yeah. Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Ain't no more relationship. It's
bruh,
just fear, and it's fear and opportunity.
you
That's
better
all it is.
you
Fear
better
and
act
opportunity.
you better act sick, free and Roy,
Bruh, you can
bruh,
end up getting your head bit off.
bruh.
You can end up,
When that tiger realized, bruh, it was
bruh.
a bad day, and
I,
that's
I didn't have to jump. I don't have to crawl.
mm,
Man,
yeah, it was a bad
I
day.
think, come on, man. It's like it's no different than anybody who has worked with dangerous animals. They have had to find out, and they always tell it. They say the same thing. You need to respect the animal. And
Yep.
I'm like, I try to tell women. I go, when you say you think you know men, do you know what you just told me? Yeah, you just put yourself in danger and didn't know that you were in danger. I
You
go, men are wolves. Men don't have to react like you want them to. I said,
we
men can do really
we
stupid things. You want to ask men a weird question? Ask them how long they waited for sex. Ask them how far they walked for sex. There's some Negroes who have walked a country mile. just to get it.
When you find out, when a nigga tell you, I know the world don't love me. When a nigga
Woo!
tells you, I know the world don't care for me. When a nigga tells you, I know for a fact I'm only as good as what I earn. You just heard
Come
a
on,
nigga tell you, man, I'm a machine. I'm a monster. That's like
I'm a machine.
I'm telling you, I'm doing my best. What I am doing my best to do is survive what I've been created in.
Come on,
That's what I'm telling you. You
no emotion.
nothing. And when I hear women be like, and because we go, I know, man, I love talking like this because
Yeah,
we get long.
bruh,
But it's
bruh.
like when I heard women be like, yeah, men benefit from marriage way more than women do because men will get a woman who's the cook, she's the cleaner, she's his emotional support. I'm like, let me explain something to you.
Boy,
Let me make sure I explain this to you. You think I'm benefiting from this more than you. That's not that no. You're the only
insanity.
I'm gonna be very honest. You are the only thing, and I say this honestly, my wife is probably one of the few people in this world that when I get pissed off, that's the only person whose voice I can hear. Everybody else is dog meat.
Well,
You think I'm benefiting from you from cooking and cleaning and no. You're probably the only thing keeping me from choking a nigga. You're probably the only thing who's keeping me from literally not giving not giving the rat's tail that I didn't give before you. You made me
come on.
care. You made me
That's
care.
right.
You
That's right.
you made me a caring human being because before you there was nothing. Like before you there was
They think
they
they think we
hey,
care. I'd be like, you for real?
you have no idea. Like, dude, when I used to tell people like, bro, they like, you don't come out for what? What is
For
out
what?
there? I do what I want to do. When I used to talk to females before I got married, I'm like, no, you can come to the crib. Well, I want to go out and I want to do. I'm like, no, because I don't know you well enough to be in that situation to where if something
To be
happened,
public with you.
yeah, well, but dude, if something happened, I we on different protocols and don't let us be talking for a minute like and don't let me actually give a rest till like don't make me have some type of emotion for you
Well,
you'll see something that you never bruh you know
well,
I'll be honest dog you know how many times my wife has seen me pull a gun like and like I'm like bruh if somebody looks like they about to harm you it's a bad day like it is and she's
well,
got to be like babe like it's okay they swear that we benefit. I'm like, you don't understand the monster
oh my God.
that some of us really are. The benefit is not having you cook clean and all of that. The benefit is I now have a reason to be human in a world
Right.
that tells me I am only a monster, that I am only a machine.
I cannot be just ruthless. I
Yeah.
can't be as candid or as callous as I want to be.
You
Or as literally as I would like
Like
to be.
you're my only human chain. You're it. So that's why. Well, yeah, he just goes crazy after she left because that was the only sanity that he had.
Well, I
And from
mean, yeah, if it looked like he cared, like I said, it only looks. I go, you can't model it off of that. That's not how it works. I'm like, you could be dealing with a man that has no empathy. I go, but he will show you empathy. I go, there's a difference for men. Because men will tell you, do I really care? Or am I really emotionally invested in this person? Women tend to listen. Sometimes they don't understand. I go, if he is not emotionally invested, he's not going to keep listening. That's the
mm,
difference. For him to keep listening, he has to be vested. Has to
mm,
be. I go, or he will tell you, I hate it when women do this. Why? Because there's nothing stopping him from doing sex doesn't stop you from telling the truth. I go, sex is what we like to call the handshake. I gave you this and you gave me that. That's how this works. I go, you complicate it when you believe that because what you have is worth something. I go, no, that is not how men think. That is how people think when they think they can buy something. I go, men
mm.
don't want to buy nothing. Men don't even like being bothered, really. Honestly, men don't like being bothered. Men
No,
would much rather tell you I had a very quiet evening, but I enjoyed
bruh,
myself.
nothing. I did
Bruh.
nothing. We always end up. I did nothing. Nothing. A nothing day is a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful
It's a
day.
beautiful day. That is a plan. That is a
Shoot,
nothing is a
boy,
plan.
boy,
Oh man.
nothing is a blessing. I'll say it
Yes.
like that. Because truthfully, I do believe that women, at least if I'll say this, I'll separate it because I'm not going to say relationships. That's too open. But I'll say in marriages. If you are willing to learn that man, you got an opportunity. But if you're not willing to learn that man and you're going to continue to generalize him towards the world or social media, you are soon going to find yourself in that single status where you
Mhm.
were, complaining about the same thing, looking for that vanity nigga, that unicorn nigga that nobody
Yeah.
fits.
That
And I'm like, it
unicorn.
won't matter. That
No.
unit,
That
man,
unicorn.
you
That
keep
Carlos
hearing
Miller.
these bruh,
Carlos Miller.
you
Hey,
keep hearing
you know
these
the messed
unicorn
up thing
niggas come up.
about it.
You're like, who is this nigga?
The messed up
Carlos
Where did
thing
Miller.
they
about
grow
it,
him?
they paint this picture of the perfect person that they want, but they still like 80% of the person that they should be.
Right.
Come on.
This
Not even 80%.
here,
I'm being graceful.
here's the funniest thing that I
I'm
realized,
actually
bro.
being nice.
A woman will sacrifice because they actually did a study on this. They asked, excuse me, they asked men. They said if a woman was 74% of everything you wanted, they said 74, 80% of everything that you wanted. They was like, would you marry her? Men were like, yes, absolutely.
Yes,
They asked
100%.
women, they asked women the same question. If a man was 80% of whatever you wanted, they were like, no, I wouldn't marry him because he's not everything that I want. That's the mentality of you will give up 80% of something to go get 20% of something, thinking that you have 100% of everything. And by the time you finally realize you only got 20%, that 80% nigga has already been moved on. And a woman is happy to have him because she only had a nigga who only had 30% of what she wanted.
And you
And,
can't call her crazy. You
and you
can't say
can't call
crazy.
her crazy.
And that's how
Man,
you
come on,
end up
man.
with people. That's how you end up with people in relationships outside of their race.
All right.
Boom.
Well,
Maybe.
well,
All right.
satisfaction never was presented, so
All
I
right.
must keep looking.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like this was a great episode because we will
It
keep on
was.
going. Join us next week here on the Our Perspective podcast with me, your boy, Adrian Adams, my two big bros, Aaron Reedus, and of course, the snacker himself, the one and only DJ Head Rush, aka Walkcaster. Till next time,
Man.
y'all have a good
Damn.
one, and
You
we'll
want to
catch
give
y'all
them a
later.
blood type while you at it too, nigga? Shit.